Good evening. This is Brother T from the Led by the Lord channel. And this evening, I want to speak a little bit about being taken advantage of and how the world we live in today and the prices and the increases in the prices on just about everything. Sometimes we just feel as though we're being taken advantage of. When people take advantage of others, every time we go to the store or a gas station or even shop online, we get the feeling that we are being violated by the prices we are being charged. We can see a reason for an increase if it is to cover the increased costs for the seller. But these prices go far beyond the seller's increases. And this is where taking advantage of we, the consumers, comes in. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 20. A faithful man will abound with blessings, but whoever hastens to be rich will not go unpunished. And we know that there are some that are attaining and taking advantage and attaining unimaginable wealth because of these increases on the prices of just about everything. 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 9. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. Now, it's nothing wrong with a certain amount of wealth if someone owns a business. It's okay to make a certain amount of wealth if a person owns a business. But when the wealth they are attaining is enough to supply 1,000 families, when the wealth that some of them are making that could maintain 1,000 families, and they're taking advantage of someone who is trying to support one family, This is morally wrong. And something is drastically wrong with this picture. So all we, the consumer, can do is cut back while the sellers of the products laugh all the way to the bank. Now, if we shop around, there are some sellers who are not price gouging. They are the ones who are making a living, but not taking advantage and being greedy. So we are in difficult times, and difficult times for many who have cut back on their travel because of the gas prices, preparing less expensive meals, buying from bulk stores to save money, whatever that's necessary to stretch their income. So when is this all going to come to not an end, but at a place where we can live with it, a place that we can afford and have enough money to buy the necessary things that we need, enough to buy the necessary things. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 6. Better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than a rich man who is crooked in his ways. This makes me think about my TV, my television. I can remember when I paid $15 a month for cable, and now I'm paying $250 a month for my cable. And I only watch no more than 10 or 15 channels. Built-in phones in our cars. Then we get in the cars with a cell phone in our pockets or pocketbooks. Then, when we get out of our cars, we go into our houses and we have a landline inside of our homes. Now, some of these issues we have brought on to ourselves. Some of these issues we have brought on to ourselves. And some have cut back by getting rid of their landlines and cutting back on their cable options, getting solar electric systems in their homes, buying battery powered cars, anything they can do to save money. So it looks like big business is not going to take a hit on their profits. They're not going to take a hit on their profits. So it's up to us to find ways to make our monies go farther. It's up to us to stretch our incomes to be able to buy the necessary things that we need. So, every time we go to the store, when we pick up something, we look at the price and we get a shock at looking at how much it has gone up in the last few years. I no longer even look when I go into the gas station. I know I have to get gas. And I might as well get it here because if I have to drive down to another place to save a couple of pennies, I'm right back in the same boat. So we see that. You go in the supermarket, and we can. We don't have to buy the steaks. We don't have to buy the pork chops. We can buy the chicken or we can buy the fish. It may be a little more inexpensive, but we can buy things that are a little cheaper. We can go to our bulk stores and buy, a larger quantity for a lesser price per item. So there's ways that we can cut back. And certain things, I imagine there are some people with their electric. They may be running less electrical appliances if they can in their homes. In the summer, we can see if someone has a pool, they may not run that pool for 8, 10 hours a day. They may cut back on the hours. Air conditioning. We know that air conditioning takes quite a bit of electricity and really brings the cost of our bill higher. So these are things that we can think about cutting back on. But it's to the point now where everything that you go to buy has just increased and doubled almost in price. But our incomes haven't doubled in price. And for a lot of us, we're retired on fixed incomes. So we have to find ways to make ends meet. And as I said, I don't think big business is going to cut back on the profits that they want to make. Even though they don't need all the profits, they're still not going to cut back. And this is Brother T from the Led by the Lord channel, asking you again to pray for me, and I shall pray for you. And maybe we should start getting those coupons, cutting out those coupons, looking for the sales, going to places that appear not to be gouging us. Amen and amen.